The first key to spraying metallic paint is preparation. You want to make sure your panel is sanded properly and there's no coarse scratches in your repair before you start spraying the paint. Metallic paint should lay fine over 320 grit scratches, but just to be safe, I like to finish all my repairs with 600. I don't like to paint metallic finishes over 320. On occasion, metallics have been known to lay funny in those 320 grit scratches and create a bad looking paint. It's going to create mottling and a metallic that does not look right. My next tip is to use a sealer or wet bed. The reason I recommend this, if you do happen to leave a coarse grit scratch in your repair, a sealer is going to help just a little bit to fill that scratch and help those metallics to lay flat. Same with a wet bed. What a wet bed does is it creates a good base for those metallics to lay flat in. What a wet bed is paint with no color or pigment. It's straight binder. You mix it up just like paint and you spray it just like paint. That is what I'm using on this repair. I'm using the 3M Performance gun and I'm putting a wet bed over this repair. I put it over the entire panel, so then when I'm blending my metallics, the metallics will lay flat and uniform on that panel, so the finish will look uniform and consistent. My next tip is, and I cannot emphasize this enough, is use the proper reducer for the temperature you're spraying in your paint. In high metallic paint, it's very important that that paint has enough time to cure slowly. You don't want it drying too quickly. That will cause so many problems in your paint job. It'll cause sand piling, which is a rough paint surface. It can also cause mottling, which is an inconsistent look in your metallic finish. It's just very important and very easy to use the right reducer. Believe me, I understand materials are expensive, and if you have a medium reducer and it's 100 degrees, you might be tempted to use that. But don't do it. It's not worth it. I'm going to tell you right now, you will be sorry. Get the right temperature reducer for the temperature or environment you're spraying in. Another tip I can give you, and it's very easy to do, is take the time and check your fan pattern before you start spraying high metallic finishes. If that fan pattern, if you have a particle of dust in your gun or something of that nature that's going to deform that fan pattern, or maybe you need to dial it back a little bit, you want to make sure that fan pattern is consistent all the way through. You don't want it to be heavy on the top or bottom. You want it to be uniform and consistent. And all you have to do is take your gun, spray it on a piece of paper on the wall, and make sure that fan pattern looks good.